In this DSLD education video, we will attempt to answer some frequently asked questions about flood insurance, like what exactly is flood insurance? When is flood insurance required? And should I buy flood insurance? What is flood insurance? Flood insurance is a specific insurance policy that protects your home from losses due to flooding. It is important that we make a distinction between damage due to rising floodwaters and damage due to wind-driven rain, such as that from hurricanes. When water damages a structure by entering through areas like windows, doors, or holes in a roof, losses are not covered by flood insurance. Flood insurance only covers overflow of inland or tidal waters and unusual and rapid accumulation or runoff of surface waters. While there are some private flood insurers in the market, most policies are written through the National Flood Insurance Program, which is administered by FEMA. When is flood insurance required? Any homes financed by loans guaranteed by the federal government that are in areas designated by FEMA as special flood hazard areas, commonly referred to as flood zones, require flood insurance. Flood zones are defined by FEMA as land areas where floodwater has a 1% chance of encroachment in any given year. This is more commonly known as a 100-year flood. Maps of these flood zones are available by visiting FEMA's GeoPlatform website, clicking on Flooding, selecting the National Flood Hazard layer, and then zooming into your desired area of interest. Homes outside of established flood zones are not required to carry flood insurance, but the option is recommended at a discounted premium due to the lower inherent risk. More on that later. Because flood zone maps are constantly being revised and changing due to climatic events and area developments, it's possible that a property once outside of a designated flood hazard area becomes part of a flood hazard area. Conversely, FEMA has several options that allow a property to be removed from a flood zone if adherence to certain procedures is documented, thus eliminating the flood insurance requirement. Review your paperwork to see what applies to your property. Reasons to purchase flood insurance. Just because your home is above the special flood hazard elevation does not mean there's no risk of flooding. Remember, the flood zone is defined as the area with a 1% or greater chance of flooding in any given year. If this 1 in 100 year flooding event occurs, it's possible that water can reach an even higher level that's beyond the established flood zone. In fact, 20% of claims against the National Flood Insurance Program come from homes outside of these high-risk areas. While not required, we highly recommend always carrying flood insurance on your property to protect your asset and give you some peace of mind for these extreme weather events. We hope that this educational video has helped you gain a better understanding of flood insurance, how flood hazard areas are determined, and how developers work within them. To view our other videos, visit dsldhomes.com/customer care.